A couple balls on the ground, a couple drops, but all in all, I thought the execution was pretty good, both sides of the ball. I thought Cedric Lang did some good things. You know, being his first day, he made some plays out there. I thought Cole Freitag made a few plays. I thought all the running backs at different points of the practice showed some nice things, and all the quarterbacks showed some nice things. But defensively, I thought we picked up where we left off in the spring. They were flying around making plays. So all in all, good first day. You know, shorts is shorts, but you can't get a good evaluation mentally out of that. The true evaluation comes when the pads come on.
Talk to me again a little bit more about Cedric. You got this open battle at tight end. I mean, you mentioned he played well. I mean, what stood out about him, and what stands out to you about that battle?
Yeah, well, you know what? He's 6'9", and he's got, you know, good mobility for his size. He's a competitor, and he's got great catch range. You know, he's got longer arms. He can twist his body. You know, he's got that basketball mentality out there in the football field. And today he made some catches that were difficult catches, and he made them look easy. Again, we're going to, you know, ease him into a package, and the more he can handle, which he's a smart guy, the more he'll play.
How much does those position battles, the number 2 receiver spot, the tight end spot, impact the competition going on at quarterback?
Well, you know, all of them impact it. You know, the battles at right tackle, the battles at backup fullback, you know, everything's got to click together. But the quarterback position is dependent on everybody else, and they got to do their jobs as well. But there's competition across the board, so I'm excited about that.
How do you like being here versus Socorro and Alpine?
Oh, I love it here. You know, the fact that we got used to 3 fields, you know, the lodge facilities are, you know, second to none. You know, the convention center there, the meeting space that we have. I mean, this is as good as an NFL training facility. So couldn't be happier. The people here have been outstanding, and we want to do them right by being a class act while we're up here.
68 degrees when you guys started today. So does that, as a coach, that give you more room to kind of make practice more intense, knowing that the environment is a little more suitable?
Well, as a fat coach, I like it a lot better. You know, I'm not out there just sweating, but yeah, well, we're getting work because the elevation up here. But the coolness, you get a more functional practice for sure. The linemen, I know they sure love it.
It's all about Leftwich and Simpson work with the first team. Is that good?
That's the way we came out of spring, and you know, they've earned the bulk of those reps. Doesn't mean that anybody else can't get in that mix and competition. I know you saw Metz in there today, and also Kavika Johnson, who also did some nice things for a young freshman. He made some plays out there today. So we're going to monitor all those guys throughout camp, every single throw, every single drill, how they manage the huddle, how they compete, how they communicate. There's so much that goes into it other than statistics, and but we're going to monitor all that, and by the end of camp, I'm sure somebody will step forward.
Into camp, so you want to start by the 16th?
I'd love to, and if, you know, to be honest with you, if they're neck and neck or somebody's competing at that position, it may go all the way down to the first game. I don't want it to go that way, but again, I can't predict that.
There's so much to do during camp. You're in Ruidoso. I mean, is there anything you guys have planned to do with the team kind of like around the town to kind of really impact the community?
Well, we're having a community barbecue here on the 9th. We're doing daily things with the Child Crisis Center, Community Center with the kids, trying to reach out to the community, but we're pretty much grounded right here. We're not out and about and doing those things. They got a pretty busy schedule.
Houston Trammell playing a little bit of safety today. Is that just something you're experimenting with?
Yeah, and you know, they're both big body guys. You know, they're both about 200, 205 pounds. Both got great cover skills, and if you can get a good cover guy in there at the safety position, it just opens things up. And Brett, you know how much dime we play with, you know, 5 DB, 6 DB sometimes. So the more that guys can do inside and out, better their chances of getting on the field.
Were you happy with what you saw out of your DBs? I know there's a lot of competition going on out there.
Oh yeah, you know, I feel we got good depth there. You know, I told the team last night. I said I think we got 6 guys that could start at corner. I just don't know who they're going to be. That's a good thing. I think we got the makings to have a 2-deep safety rotation. Again, they're just going to be jockeying for position. We're going to miss Devin Cockrell. You know, he's out for the year with an injury, and he's a quality player. He's an all-conference type player, but I think we have the depth to overcome that.
Is Beverly look like he's going to get some time? He's playing for Tuesday.
He did today, and he did some good things out there. He's a long kid. He's got great speed, and he really impressed us during the summer conditioning phase and some of the work. So you'll see him get some reps in there. There are some freshmen that are getting reps right now, and we'll continue to monitor those guys. Everybody good? All right, thanks, guys.
Coach.
All right, 68 degrees when camp started. It's got to be a little better than Alpine.
Yeah, I think so. The altitude is kind of working with me, so I'm trying to get used to it. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, how much of an adjustment was that? Like, was it more challenging than you expected it to be?
A little bit. I didn't really feel anything until the very beginning of practice, and then I got my second win in once we started doing teamwork with the offense. So after a while, I got used to it, but it's still a little bit of a struggle.
Coach was saying that he's got a lot of good position battles going on at the back end, the defense, with the corners, but the whole defense as a whole, you're a big part of that. I mean, how do you feel about how you guys are looking at that side of the ball?
Defense, man, we're just working, man. Young guys, older guys. We're competing at every position, myself included. No role on the depth chart is secure yet. It's only day one, so we still got a lot of time to tell.
Is it weird when you look over and see Cedric Lang and you're no longer the biggest guy out there?
Not anymore, it's not. Me and Seb have been dudes since I was a freshman, so to actually be on the field with him is a pretty good feeling, being on the field with a guy who's been here just as long as I have. So I like Sed, doing what he's doing. He's been improving his game, and he's going to make a lot of plays for us.
He looked pretty good out there.
Yeah, he did, man. We were on the sideline, and they was throwing to him. I was like, man, he's catching everything coming his way, and he's running too. So, I thought he was going to be running like Mutombo, but he's actually doing pretty good. So, I'm proud of him.
Still do the finger wave though, right?
Yeah.
First day of camp, 68 degrees out here. How was that?
Outstanding. Like the best case scenario, easily. It was everything I could ever dream for camp in August.
Does that allow you guys to kind of do you feel like you can get out there and do more when you're not dealing 103-degree heat, you're dealing with reasonable temperatures that let you get out there and really do more?
Oh yeah, of course. From the very start, it's just full speed. You just got to remember to hydrate because you're not gonna sweat like in 103-degree weather, but it's cool.
I know that they said that altitude was kind of an issue for some of the guys out there. How did you handle it, and how did you feel like your teammates handled it?
Initially, I think it was a problem, but after a while, when your second wind came, it was smooth. It's pretty good.
How you feeling about that defense? A lot's expected out of you guys.
I felt good about it. We went out there, got turnovers today, and executed our assignment. So I felt really good. I feel like we're picking up right where we left off in the spring.
Is there anyone taking a look at Autry Golden saying, I got this guy, he's not catching a single pass?
Nah, we not really following him around or anything. Whichever side he's on, that's just the task we're taking on. He's a good player.